Hello everyone and welcome. Let's make sure this is on. All right, welcome everyone. I'm Crash, this is RTA Motorsports. Today we're going to be doing an iRacing race, the IMSA Pilot Sport Challenge at Sebring. Don't mind me if I sound like I'm out of breath. I just realized I completely forgot something. I had to run and grab it and come back. But yeah, let's make sure chat is working. Let's get chat running here and then we'll test to make sure it is working. All right, so let's test chat real quick. It should be going. We're going to be jumping into this. Let's see, it doesn't seem to be. Let's try one more time. There we go. Boom. We got it on. All right. So we're going to be in the IMSA Pilot Sport Challenge again at Sebring. We did this race earlier in the week. And our first race we did, aside from the IMSA 90 special event that they ran a few weeks ago, this week, that first race that we did, we won the race. We actually won the race. We started 6th. We finished first. It was an absolute epic experience. It is a night race, so just keep that in mind when you're watching. It may be a little bit hard to see. It is indeed a night race. Let's make sure that the microphone, microphone's being picked up. And yeah, what we'll do is we'll let's make sure it's actually showing reverbs on it. If everything sounds kind of funny, definitely let me know. Let's get our sim rig, our motion rig working right now. There we go. Sim rig is running. If you guys have any questions about our rig, we're using a Prosimu T1000. This is the 3 degrees of freedom motion rig they offer, and we use Sim Tools to run it. Pretty much Sim Tools, the professional license, that's pretty much what we're all using. There's other softwares out there, but nothing's really on the third-party side as polished as like Sim Tools. Sim Tools is awesome. Definitely spend the money, get the professional license. That's what they recommend. All right, so we're opening up Sim Experience also. Let's get iRacing going. I'm also going to put this out on different social medias that we're going live. All right. And boom. Getting everything out there. All right, there we go. So we got the posts out there. Hopefully you guys start joining in. I definitely want to get practice started. Let's get the practice server up and running while we're waiting for everything to start happening here. Let's see, practice server. Quite a few people in this one. We got a good setup. Hopefully we have some similar luck. My goal is to get into the top 5. That's really the ultimate goal. Well, not the ultimate goal. That's the goal for this race. We won the first race. This one here, I don't think we're going to be able to score any more points than that race. So really just top 5, clean race. That's the main thing. Clean race, no incidences. That's the main focus on this one. All right, so everything's all been sent out. Actually, all right, let's join this practice session here. And hold on just a second. Let me grab my gloves. Just realized we don't have my gloves nearby. 1 second. Okay. Let's turn on the dashboard. Kind of messing with the 7-inch tablet versus the cell phone we were using before. Why is that picking it up kind of weird again? It's doing some weird stuff again. Let's get this all fixed up here. All right, so I'm just dragging everything in place here because right now we're going to do game capture instead of display capture. And I think that's actually pretty good there. Let me transition this over so you could all see kind of what we're looking at. I think that's pretty good at the moment there. Got a little bit of a wider angle for you guys. And of course, we got the lucky house slippers, the racing shoes on. These things are... All right, so we're going to practice our... Uh-oh, someone lost something. Someone lost the mirror. Random mirror coming rolling into view there. All right, here we go. We may get our bud Jesse in. We'll see if he can make it for this race session. We'll try to keep chat up so that way I can see. Last time we did a race session together, we were actually in different splits, so that didn't work out at all. But we'll see if we end up getting the same split today. Definitely big day for sim racing and iRacing fans. They did the NASCAR series with the pro drivers, and there were some retired drivers in there like Dale Earnhardt and Bobby Labonte. And Earnhardt definitely had a good race. He finished second. He led quite a few laps. I was actually rooting for him. But yeah, everyone had a lot of fun, it looked like. It was very interesting to see the vast differences between everyone's rigs as well. A lot of people had very, very different rigs. Some were very simple, of just a Logitech G29 and a 24-inch screen, all the way up to who is it? Hamill, I think. Had a full-on SimCraft, like roll cage, motion rig, everything. All right. Make this full screen. Come on. Cancel. Don't delete my page, please. There we go. Now again, this is multi-class racing, so we're going to be racing against the Porsche Caymans. Really cold tires. So this opening lap is just going to be to warm the tires up. It takes a little bit to get these tires kind of going. See, now that everyone has had practice all week, let's see what type of race we have today. I'm sure everyone's going to be a little bit more polished with their practicing. Probably going to be a much tighter race. Being that we have a temperature difference for this race here, it's actually going to be pretty difficult to keep control of this car. This car actually starts getting really loose in the cold, so bump and then smoothens out. And here we go. This is going to be kind of like our flying lap. See what we do compared to our other Audi drivers. Definitely too much, too soon, way too loose. Good thing it's a practice session. Oh, that was actually pretty smooth through there. Pretty happy with that. Definitely braking a little soon there, but waiting to get comfortable with the line again. Got on the throttle too soon, pushed me out way wide. All right, we're 10 seconds behind our buddy Jesse. Looks like he made it to the same practice session. We got 15 minutes until the race session. Really needed to keep it into the apex for that turn there. But we were kind of losing it on the braking. I didn't adjust the brake bias this time. I was way on the inside. You're fine. All right, looks like this practice session's over. There we go. Got real close to that curbing, but we didn't touch it. Curbing's kind of raised up and throw the suspension kind of way off the line a little bit. Jesse's definitely moving pretty good. Holding about 11 seconds ahead of us. There's that bump.
Practice is over. Head on in.
I love how this car has a handbrake, but you can't use it. It's so funny. All right, let's get out of this practice session and let's join the race session. Let's see here. One thing I kind of wanted to check. And there we go. Let's join that race session. Looks like already 88 people joined in, so that's good. Most of which are probably Porsches. Again, the Porsches are a different class than us, so they're not going to be racing against us. Very important to note that. All right, so let's join in this practice session because we don't have much time left before the race starts. And yeah, let's get in. Race is going to be starting in approximately 15 minutes. It's not a whole lot of time. So let's see where we place this time. I know, again, earlier in the week, yeah, I think the nighttime aspect of the race kind of caught everyone off guard. I think that was kind of what messed up a lot of people, to be honest with you. So we'll see how this one works out for us. Hopefully this race is successful. We already got over 100 people. We do have the motion rig on. And being that we already kind of ran the race setup, let's run the practice setup, being that it's about the time of the day that we're going to be doing the qualifying. I mean, not the practice, the qualifying setup. Oh, and let's also see, we're going to be in the same session as our buddy. I don't know if he actually got in yet or not. Yeah, looks like we're in the same session. Cool. This is going to be fun. Looks like he just got on track. Right behind us right now. Probably can't see his head. I mean his car through our mirror there because my head's in the way. My virtual. Yeah, he is right behind us at the moment. Patient through here.
You've got about 5 laps of fuel. Car ride.
Come on, man. I'm gonna let him go this time first. So much for getting that practice in. That turn exit was kind of dirty. We ran over the dirt and everything. Again, this is just a practice session now, but it's probably like, what the heck? What is he doing? Oh man. Went out way too hot. I was going to try to bump him just a little bit. Woo. Definitely pushing the car on this practice session here. I don't know if Jesse knows that we can put a tire over that one curb, and actually what it does is it flattens the car out, forces the car to be flat, and it allows you to go through that turn much faster. There we go. We actually held it together that time. There's our bump. And we actually hopped the car on that one. Car did a bunny hop. Get it in there to the cone. I'm just confusing the heck out of him. I'm putting pass left, pass right, pass left. Meanwhile, I'm behind him. Just to confuse me.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel left.
We hit the curb. Try to clean off the tires. There he goes.
Car stop on the left.
So it seems like when you're really close to someone through there, if you're having a high rate of speed and you go to actually turn, slow down and stop, you lose that front end downforce.
Go
so
there.
very, very interesting. car might be getting too light. We're using the qualifying setup. We only have about a lap left of fuel.
You have about 1 lap of fuel left.
Getting some mild hiccups here on frame rates, but overall seems to be running really smooth otherwise. Yeah, I couldn't even keep it in. Apex, I think this qualifying setup is starting to give up. But we are a lap beyond what we would normally be doing, so.
Right side. Clear on the right.
Oh, race session starting. All right, time to join in the race. Hopefully we're still going to be in the same session after this. We'll see. Sometimes they could actually move you to another session, so we'll see what happens. All right. Try to keep it together for this race. Let's see. It's a little bit more pressure now that we know that like we've won a race here earlier in the week. It's a little bit more pressure to perform real well. You know, hopefully we don't overdrive, or I don't think it's going to be a case of us getting overconfident or anything like that. But I think I might put on the virtual mirror, because I do remember last time it was kind of hard to really see the way the mirror is set up in the car. It was kind of hard to really see what was going on with the cars behind, especially at night. All right. Well, let's see if we're actually going to be in the same session or not. But also, last race we won, we didn't have motion on. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I always enjoy the motion because it can give you a little bit more information. Yeah, it looks like we're not going to be in the same session. Well, that stinks. I don't know what split we're in. That's another thing. You'll never know what split you're going to be in until after the race is over. I think his I rating is a little bit higher than ours. So, but they're pretty darn close to each other. So I'm surprised we are in a different split, to be honest with you. Unless he did a few races and I didn't know, and his I rating really went up there. I know his I rating is higher, so, you know, might just be just enough to kick us off. I don't know. All right, here we go. Qualifying's about to start. Wish me luck. Hopefully we can perform and keep our head together like we did last time. Last time we really
This is
got lucky because when it started, the lead car, right at the start of the race, coming through the last turn to the front straight, he like nailed on the throttle. He was way on the outside, and he slid out into the wall. And I don't think he took anyone else with him, but in doing so, that opened up the lead spot. Everyone kind of fractured at that point, and that's pretty much when we took the lead right at that point. I see my pops is trying to write something. I see what you wrote. Google automatically censors that. He's basically saying kick butt. Thank you. I will try. I will try my best. Race session is starting. This is the beginning of qualifying. Thank you so much for joining in. Anyone that has joined in, including my parents. Thank you so much. Again, earlier this week we won this race, but it was earlier in the week. Sometimes later in the week, more people start joining in. More practice has happened. So we'll see what happens. We're just right now moseying around the track, trying to get some heat in the tires until the race session begins. If it seems like it's skipping at all, definitely let me know. From my side, it looks pretty darn smooth. Kind of looks like the yeah.
green, green, green.
Stay on the outside line, catch as much speed as we can. We'll cross over.
Okay, here comes your first time black.
Try to stretch it out as far as we can before we cross that start-stop line. So for this one here, I'm just looking to get a time on the board. Nothing too crazy because it is slick as all get out. Didn't even make that front turn there. That's a little concerning. We didn't have that issue last time. Car is behaving a little differently. Hey Pops, how's it look to you? Does it look smooth or does it look like it's skipping at all? I just had someone text me that it looks like it's skipping. Oh no! This car is behaving very, very differently. What we'll do is, before the race starts, if I have a moment, we'll set up display capture instead of game capture, which we're on right now. No skipping, all right, cool. The aspect ratio to everything looks a little off though. So I think I'm still gonna set up the big bump there. All right, here we go. This slap is gonna be the one that's gonna count. Much better. Kept that on the inside. It was still slow, but something's up with this session. Cars don't really feel as hunkered down as they normally do.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel.
That turn exit, it's pretty bad. Not my greatest qualifying. Yeah, I don't like whatever this session's doing with the weather. I'm glad we caught it. I should have been well in the 15s though. Like in the practice sessions, we were well in the 15s. The weather on this one is just, it's going to be rough. This is going to be rough. Let's change it. Yeah, that aspect ratio is weird. Why does that look like that? Anyway, let me change that over. Let's change this here. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize the aspect ratio got all weird. Boom. Okay, so let's transition. Much better. Okay, that's looking like the way it should. So we're going to be qualifying pretty far lower, without a doubt. I'm sure a lot of people probably already had this session in mind. Let's see, where did we end up? Okay, so as far as we go, it looks like everyone in the Audis had issues, because in the other sessions, the Audis would be, like the lead guys would be in the low 14s, or even faster than that. Right now, the fastest Audi guy's in the 15s. So everyone was having issues, not just me. And it looks like, again, we qualified, let's see, in the Audis. So the Audis are the blue. So we're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. Just like our last race, we qualified 6th. We're going to be starting 6th. So same exact thing again for the Audi group. Let's change our setting, our setup over to the race setup. We need our race setup. Let's not try to mess that up. And we're going to grid. And again, we're gridding 6th in our...
1 to go. Next time by. Line up on the left side. Pit road is closed right now.
We're going to be gridding 6th in our setup. I mean, in our class. So it's a multi-class race. So if you see Porsches coming up on us, we're going to let them by. Because they are faster. At least they should be. There's going to be a lot of crashing. Hopefully we could avoid the crashes. Last race we did, it was definitely edgy on some points. Some cars were coming right across track. It was getting kind of nasty. Being that it is also multi-class, we can start further back. We could let the Porsches go ahead and we could start, give them some distance. Whether or not they will do that is another thing. Sometimes we, depending on the lead car for the Audi, sometimes they start right on their bumper. And
Catch up, 5 car.
that makes it a little bit
Catch up, 11
difficult to
car.
stay
Catch
clean
up,
because
13
there's so
car.
many more of them. They all seem to have issues with controlling the rear of their vehicle, and especially if this race session is going to be as sketchy as this is, this could be an issue. So it's
Catch
get
up,
some
36 car.
get some heat in the rear tires there, the handbrake.
Catch up, 36 car.
36. Sounds like he's saying 56, doesn't it? It's also going to be the first time we're racing at Sebring starting on the inside. Or, yeah, it would be the inside. Because turn 1 is going to be a left-hander, so... yeah, hopefully we don't completely botch this one up. Starting on the outside for Sebring is nice because that first turn, if people start messing up or spin out, getting too close to the wall on the inside, what it does is it actually opens us up to being able to... it opens us up to being able to move out, you know, because that's a pit entrance exit. So we normally can move out wide and really save the situation. So from a strategy standpoint, I kind of, this track likes starting from the outside, but really got to try to get some heat in the tires. Really sounds like he's saying 56. Front tires have heated up nicely. Rear tires are still kind of cold. So now we're starting to slow down and really give the Porsches some room, which is what I like to see because, again, when you see the instances, you'll see what I'm talking about. You really need to give them room to do their own thing and relax. Fifth place car keeps kind of starting behind us a little bit. I think he's probably trying to get some heat in his tires and maybe give me some room. Very much appreciate that. And yeah, just being patient with this car. It's a front wheel drive car. The dynamics of driving it, you have to be patient. So shouldn't really see too many of the Audi guys start really piling up. They're really trying to slow us down and back us up a little bit. They might be talking on chat a little bit. We do have chat turned off.
Get ready, going green.
So this turn here is dangerous on the outside. We might be going green right now through this turn, and that's where flooring it becomes an issue.
Green flag.
So we gotta be real careful through here.
Car right, slow car ahead. Still there, hold your line. Still there, hold your line. Clear. Car right, clear on the right, right side. Stay on the left, car stop on the right, car stop ahead. Clear. You got a slow car on the left, car right. Still there, hold your line. You're on the left, 3 wide. Clear. You got a slow car on the left. Still there, hold your line. Clear, right side. Clear.
Woo! See what I mean? It gets kind of scary there. That's a Porsche there to the right.
Car on your left, clear. Car right, still there, hold your line. Clear.
Just got slammed. Someone's not braking correctly. Oh, that's just great. Big collision there. Oh man. Don't come back on track. Don't come back on track. Hopefully our arrow's not messed up really badly.
car on your left. Clear. Go right. Left side, clear on the left.
We're coming up behind the car that kind of smacked into us real hard. Glad we were able to save it. Cones are going flying. That's how we determine where we're...
car on the right. Car stopped on the right. Go left. Right side. Clear on the right. Car right. Clear. Car on your left. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
All right. A lot of position changes there, guys. I don't know where we are. Looks like we are
top 20. Looking good.
So we're in the top 20, and that's counting both classes. Good save. Thank you. Thank you. I'm you know, trying here. All right, sun's starting to go down. Track is going to get slicker. Hopefully our rear end damage didn't damage the wing at all. That's kind of what I'm hoping. So that way we don't end up losing any sort of rear end downforce. We're nice enough to put out the cones again. This is when it's going to start getting super difficult, because being able to see anything on the track, you're just looking at reflectors. Reflectors and cones, that's it. Not a good spot to try to pass. Big bump there. Now use that bump as a marker. Once we settle the car after the bump, that's when I start rolling on the throttle. So look at that, now we're already in the 215s. Cannot be jerky with the steering wheel inputs. You gotta try to be as smooth as possible. Especially through those long turns, because the car's hopping. You don't wanna go and start messing with the steering wheel too much and cause the car to be unsettled.
Right side. Keep to the left. Clear.
Try to give him room in case he dive bombed. Sometimes they do that, but he's actually racing super clean. I appreciate it. We already have some incident points from getting rear-ended before. There we go. That's how we need to do that turn. Real close to that curb, real close to the apex, not quite touching that curb. You don't want to disrupt the suspension of the car. It's a very high curb, so it's like a sausage You don't want to disrupt the car's dynamics hitting that. Currently P3, third place. That gun is right behind us. I think his first name is Behek. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that name. Right on our tail. 1.1 seconds back. We have Christian 3.8 seconds ahead. Currently P3. Open up that turn as much as we can. 3.5 seconds ahead is Christian now. We pulled him in just a hair, just a hair. Let's see if we can. Bring him in a little bit more. Always look at your next apex. Don't look elsewhere. Keep your eye on the apex. That's what I'm trying to focus myself on doing. Don't lose that focus. It was good braking through there. Maybe a little bit too much braking, but made it through there fairly smooth, no overdriving. Trying to stay as consistent as possible. We got still a while left in this race session, and it's only going to get darker out. Oh, someone was on the dirt there. We have Maximiliano right behind us right now. He moved up quickly. Oh, we carried that one way wide. We're still P3 in our class. Well, that was not that smooth at all. Come on, buddy. Just slammed into the back of us. We almost lost it a little bit there. Car got real light. Yep, we're losing it.
Car on your left. Clear. Right side. Still there. Clear on the right.
See what we can do here. Dude's actually really quick. So we could try to use him for the draft. Come on, baby, turn. We lost some speed on that. Over braked, could have carried more speed into that turn. Here we go. We're currently P4. I do like the force feedback. I tend to run with the force feedback a little bit on the high setting. The motion rig, I tend to leave that around like 65, 70%. Motion rig, I tend to not drive with it all that high. Just enough to give me information. That's all I really ever want. Tires seem like they're starting to give out a little bit. Hard to see where I'm going. starting to noticing on their heavy braking, the car is pulling to the left. I don't know if that's related to the damage we had early on. Big smoke cloud there on the right side. You don't want to go off the line because these tracks actually are dynamic as well. They'll heat up and they'll lose temperature. It's nighttime. Everything's going to really cool down except for the driving line. So you don't want to really vary off too far from the driving line as much as you can handle it, or the car's going to start acting a little funny. That was a 2:15.2, one of my fastest laps. So we're still scooting along, still able to move even with this damage. We're still able to get some fast lap times in. It's hard to really judge that one right-hander where you could actually go over the curb, because you can't really see it at this point, so I'm just like judging what I'm seeing from the reflectors. So if you go over too far, you'll get a slowdown penalty, and you don't want to do that. It's kind of worse than an off-track right now at the moment. Smoke there, so... Trying to focus. Really pay attention to where the apexes are. At this point, this time of night, it's really hard to see anything.
White flag, white flag.
It's still P4. See if we can hold on to it. It looks like we have kind of pulled in the lead cars. Fireworks are out. I don't know if you guys saw that off the right side of the screen there. So this race is by time, not by laps. I think it's a 30-minute race session. And then at the end of 30 minutes, then it puts out the white flag. But we did get 14 laps. This is going to be the start of the 15th. But checker flag's out. We got P4. So I hit my goal of trying to be in the top 5. We did win this race earlier in the week. So not bad at all. Very happy. We held P3 for a while, but that guy was just too darn fast. Too darn fast for us. So let's take a look at what happened in the beginning of the race. The very beginning is always pretty messed up. Let's see. You can see the race kind of started with us way out here. Which one is this? This is Scenic. You can see us there. We're starting 6th place in the beginning of this race session. We're already starting to pull in some of the Porsches. Some of the Porsches had a horrible start, and they're already like intermingling with us, which is not normal. It happens sometimes. But in that effect, you already see some of the Audi guys were hitting into each other and getting pushed off. So where are we? That's us there. I know we ended up getting hit. I think it's next lap. We ended up getting rear-ended. You already see some Porsches in the wall right over there. It was definitely a crazy start, and it's always a crazy start with these races in the IMSA Michelin Pilot Sport Challenge, especially the multi-class. People start getting kind of crazy. First turn here, let's see. Yep, this is kind of when we got hit and we got pushed. Let's see how that ended up happening. I think there was just too many cars everywhere, and maybe he just didn't stop in time. That's kind of what it mainly seems like. Let's change this camera view over. We'll go to this chase one here. Yeah, he just slammed right into us, trying to push us out of the way. We ended up finishing ahead of him. So in the end, was it worth his front end aero damage? Probably not. Probably not. You can see more Porsches off the side of the track there. They're just having a hard time really controlling their car. And this is... Oh, man. People are having some network issues. You see him kind of blinking in and out. That's a network-based issue. But yeah, we ended up finishing P4, so we can't really complain about that too much. Absolutely great race. Do I think that iRacing should invest in better models for cars, like more details? I think graphically we ended up getting hit in the back or pushed there, which was fine. Worked okay. We didn't get any incident points because of that. So the only incident points we ended up getting were, unfortunately, when we got hit. I think so they have to balance performance and graphics. If you turn up the graphics all the way, which I think we are, let's see if we are. Some things I do hate about, yeah, we're pretty high. Pretty high up there. Let's see. Oh, we don't have, let's put this on here. I think graphically they're doing okay. They're trying to get more on the realistic side of things, more neutral colors and everything like that. Model-wise, I think it's just fine, to be honest with you, for now. There's definitely prettier looking sims out there. But again, they have to balance their network strength and ability and latency to performance, because there's going to be some people that are just going to crank the looks and really, you know, sacrifice their performance. And unfortunately, that's going to create a lot of poor racing. So I think them moving it up slowly, because they have been making it look better and better over time. I think the car models are just fine, and they take a nice little neutral approach to it. But there are better game engines out there that do look more realistic. And I think iRacing is going to get there. It's just with what they have, they would have to overhaul quite a bit. But I think they're getting there slowly. I think it's very, especially in VR. If you do a race in VR, you could really appreciate the models, the car models at that point. And I think it looks very, very good, you know, especially being that they're erring on the side of realism. But everyone, thank you so much for joining in. I'm Crash, this is ClubSport. We do a lot of streaming sim racing, especially in iRacing. We do every so often project cars, a lot of ACC, Assetto Corsa Competizione, and Assetto Corsa. Look to get into Race Room real soon. So definitely just join in, have fun, and hit that reminder bell so you know when we're live streaming. We always live stream in the morning on Wednesdays, but we've been, especially with what's going on in the world, we've been live streaming quite frequently lately. So if you want to know when we're live streaming, ask any questions about the rig, VR, sim racing, definitely stay tuned for that. Also, we have a lot of videos on the channel, tutorials for VR, as well as product reviews that we have done, just full-on reviews, not live streams. So definitely check those out as well. And we have some videos as our car, we were kind of getting it ready for a Laguna Seca race event. Well, it was more of a track day next month, ended up getting canceled. So once everything kind of mellows out and everything kind of comes back to norm, we're going to resume that. We already got the car pretty much ready to go. We got our track numbers and all that. But once everything comes back to norm, we're going to go for that track day. Everyone, again, I'm Crash. Thank you for your time. Thank you for hanging out with us. And I'll see you all next time.